Hey guys, welcome to Elevated Yaya. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a while, I know, and I am so excited to be with y'all. Of course, I am the Elevated Yaya, so welcome back. It has been, man, it's been a long time. And of course, life is lifing with everyone. But I am still here. I am still the elevated Yaya. I am still someone who loves life, is enjoying time with my family, of course, with my grandbabies. I have two amazing grandbabies. The girl is 7 and the boy is 3. They just had birthdays last month. Can y'all believe it's already November 7th? I cannot believe it. But hey, guys, I am so glad to invite y'all. Come on back into the Elevated Yaya. It has been a hot minute. And on today's video, I wanted to discuss for those who possibly may be 50 or older, have you become a 50-year-old introvert? And what by that means, of course, everyone knows the definition of introvert. Maybe I need to go look it back up. I don't know. But I find myself more wanting to be at home and or just doing the things that I love to do, like working out. I love the gym. I love being able to first of all, move. Because if you're in a sedentary job like I have, moving is very important. Being mobile, exercising, doing those things to try to stay healthy is so important. And so I love fitness. And it has truly been an eye opening experience to push myself. And I love that. Pushing myself beyond my quote unquote regular limits has allowed me to see things that, like lifting weights, going just beyond the treadmill, but actually out there building muscle. And I love it. And have I haven't been on here, y'all. I have not been on, I have not been posting. I haven't been doing anything. So I was like, let me get on here. And this is something that I had thought about months ago about sharing because what is it? What happens when you mature? For a lot of us are still married. A lot of us were married, now single. A lot of us didn't have children, but have children now. A lot of us have never had children. So all walks of life, that's where we are in our society, just like it's always been. But with today's society, with the social media and everything being pushed out, constantly. There's constant data being pushed out on us, whether it's the most amazing experience someone has ever had or it's the most devastating experience that someone has had. We are all wrapped up in that through social media. You cannot deny it. You cannot deny that we are not wrapped up in everybody else's confusion and happiness and mess and drama and whatever. We all that got wrapped up in it. But there is something that I wanted to bring to the forefront because that's kind of like how I found myself a little bit. I am still a very outgoing person. I love people. I love life. I love to go on trips. I love to go to concerts, especially jazz, outdoor concerts, a lot of things that I still love to do, but I don't have the same friend. I have friends, but they've more turned into Facebook friends than friends that I socialized with 20 years ago, 25 years ago, even 30 years ago. And I just sit back and I'm scratching my head like, I don't really go anywhere. And it's my choice. It has nothing to do with no one saying, hey, why aren't you? It's just now sometimes I may not get invited to things. Just like with you. You may not get invited to things, but it's still okay. You still go to work, you still enjoy your weekends, you still take trips, you still hang out with your family or whatever. So I have found that being a 50 something introvert is kind of funny because I've never found myself not doing something on the weekend with friends. And I'm like, am I still the same person? Am I still the same Shay? Back in the day, well, my nickname is Shay Wags. And so that's what a lot of people call me. But Shay is what I normally just go by. But if you know me from high school, it's like Shay Wags. But it's just Shay now. But and that's a combination of my first and last name. But yeah, I have found myself. Well, I have grandbabies now, so a lot of that time is spent us helping my daughter. So if there's any yayas out there, any mimis, any gigi's, any pops, papas, granddad, grandma, granny, you know, some of our time is when we're not working is spent with our grandchildren, or we may be assisting our children in the process of taking care of them, because that's kind of like how um, my disposition where the stand where I am right now to help my daughter, because she's a single mom of two kids, and I help her with the children during the week and on the weekends as well. I want to give her some sort of peace to just decompress, because having one child is a lot, but having two, and they're not stair step, but 3 and 7, they still are not dependent. They still depend on an adult. They still depend on their mom. And since their yaya is here, I am so blessed to be able to hang out with them, take them where they need to go. Granddaughter's in gymnastics. My grandson will be in soccer soon. So I love that. I love that. So I am doing a lot of just being at home. And I understand that with everything going on, that's the best place to be. I get it. But life still goes on. There are people who still are going places. They're still doing things. But do you find yourself saying, I think I'll pass on that? Day parties. A lot of people were hanging out yesterday for that holiday on yesterday, and they were just, dressing up in costumes and going out, and that's what they call fun. So my question is to you today, if you're 50 something and older, and listen, even though it says 50 something, that's just because I'm 50, 53. I'll be 53 on this coming week. But if you're 40 something, do you find yourself being a introvert in this season? And it's kind of almost like society has kind of pushed us to be introverts because of everything that's rising cost of a lot of things. But that's your decision to make. Just because costs are rising doesn't mean that you have to be an introvert. But do you find yourself being more of a homebody now? And I kind of find myself being that way, and I'm okay with that. It's not something that's bad. It's something that where if another female homegirl were to come, I would meet her out at a function or the gym or something like that. I would love to have a gym buddy. I want a gym buddy. I want to, have a few go visit and have some brunches, go to some brunches with some friends. But I may not get invited. I may not, but I can always do that on my own. But I'm the type of person, I like to do things with another person. I like to talk to people. And then you have those people that say, date yourself, go and hunt. Girl, I've done all that. I'm not afraid to do that either. But with everything that's going on today, even though the word introvert may not describe your life, but does it seem like it's kind of going that way because you're more of a homebody than you ever have been? And that's where I find myself. I find myself, which is safer. It's more cost effective. It makes more sense because of how things are today. But at the end of the day, 20 years ago, we were outside. And of course, COVID hit, everything that's going on in the world. I don't have to bring that up. But when COVID hit, everybody was inside, so everybody turned into introverts if they didn't even want to. You became an introvert even if you didn't want to in the 2019, 2020. But now everybody's back outside. Everybody's going and enjoying life and doing what they want to do, which is amazing, which is what we're supposed to do. But with everything that's happening today, being an introvert doesn't sound bad at all. It is something where I'm like, okay, I'm fine with it. So I may not label myself as an introvert, but I seem to be doing introverted activities where I'm on my social media pages. on YouTube, and just watching what other people do. I'm a people watcher and listener. Back in the day when I was 15, 16, 17 years old, I would go to the mall. Me and my girlfriends would walk around, shop a little bit with the money our parents gave us, and then we would sit down and watch and talk about people. We would. That's the kind of thing we did. So now we're doing it on the World Wide Web. We're watching what people are doing because everything is being recorded. And that's the kind of activities and stuff I do, when I get off work, if I'm not at the gym, not watching my grandbabies. Oh, even if I'm watching my grandbabies, they may be playing or something. And so I may just be on my phone. But with us being a society where everything is pushed on us, I have decided that I'm okay with being inside still. When the time does come where someone invites me out, someone says, hey, let's take a trip here, let's save our money, let's go here, I'm all for that. But right now, that is not happening for me. No one is inviting me out. And I can save my money and go on a trip by myself. But I'm the kind of person I don't want to do that by myself. I really like to be around people. But I've heard that cruises are good places to meet people. And if you do a cruise by yourself, it is so amazing. You can meet a lot of people, even if you don't exchange phone numbers and stay in contact on social media. At least being on that ship, being around people for dinner and for different activities, you can meet people. And I love that as well. So I do plan on taking a few cruises here or there in the coming years. But yes, y'all tell me in the comments, like, share, subscribe, like, share, and subscribe to Elevated Yaya because y'all, we are going to start having some fun. We're going to have some great discussions, some great topics. And I named this channel Elevated Yaya because I'm a grandmother now, and I asked my grandbabies. I told my grandbabies I wanted to be called Yaya, and that's what they do. They call me Yaya. I'll be 53 in the next day, 2 days if you want to call it that. And I love life. I love being alive. I love being the type of person who smiles. I smile all the time. I love being around people. I love to make people laugh. I absolutely love to make people laugh. And it's time. It's time for us to join band together and form a community. So if you're a Yaya, if you're a Gigi, if you're a Mimi, if you're a Pops, if you're a Papa, Granny, Grandpa, hey, like, share, subscribe this. We could teach these young people something, okay? We can tell them what we've been through because old fools used to be young fools. And so back in the day, we did some foolish things, but we've become wiser, hopefully, and we're making better decisions. And we are forming community, and a lot of us are doing things that we thought that we would never do, like quitting our jobs, becoming business owners, becoming speakers, becoming teachers of something, holding master classes. And not to say that you have to be 50 to do that, but we are wanting more out of life than just working a 9 to 5. Some of us, and some of us who are still on their 9 to 5, are creating things outside of that. So I want to hear what your creative juices are doing now. What are you doing to continue to be elevated? And with, you know, ooh, 2025 is an interesting year, y'all. And we're almost in 2026. We thought we wanted to get out of 2024 fast. Now, but we want to get out of 2025. We want to get out of 2025 quick, fast, in a hurry. So subscribe to Elevated Yaya. Leave some comments down below and tell me what you think. Are you a 50 something introvert? Okay, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I will be back. Love you guys much, and I appreciate you watching. See you next time. Bye. I can't believe